Unit 3, Part 2, Volume of Solids. And we already know how to find the volume of a sphere. That's like a basketball or a soccer ball. And the formula for volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. We got to make sure we know that the radius is supposed to be cubed. A cone, the formula is 1/3 pi r squared h. And then a cylinder is just pi r squared h. So we know the three shapes, we know how to find the formula of them, or find the volume of them. So now we get to figures where there's two figures put together. That's called composite figures or composite solids. And so down right here in the corner we have half of a sphere, and then we have a cylinder attached to the bottom of that sphere. So to find the volume of this, we're going to find the volume of the cylinder, and then we're going to add it to the volume of half of a sphere. So to do this, we would do the formula for volume of a sphere, which is 4/3 pi r cubed. It tells us that the radius of the cylinder is 2 meters. Well, that same base of the cylinder is attached to the sphere. So the radius for the sphere and the cylinder is going to be the same thing. So, and I'm going to convert this to 4 pi, and the radius is 2, so 2 cubed, all divided by 3, which is 2 cubed, I know is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. So 32 over 3. Alright, and then we need to take half of this answer because this is for the entire sphere, but we only have half of it. So we've got to do 32 pi divided by 3. And we also have to then divide that by 2. So in your calculator, you would plug that in. 32 over 3 equals, and then divide that by 2. And your answer is 5 1/3 pi. That's only for half of the sphere. So all I did in my calculator is did 32 divided by 3. And then took that answer and divided it by 2, and I kept it in terms of pi. So there's part of this problem. The second part is to find the volume of the cylinder. So that's going to be pi r squared h. R is 2, the height is 6. So we got pi 2 squared times 6. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. 24 pi is the cylinder. So we've got to do 24 pi plus 5 1/3 pi. I know 24 plus 5 is 29 plus my 1/3, 29 1/3 pi, and it's meters cubed is my final answer. This answer right there. That's my answer. 29, and that should be 1/3. 29 1/3 pi meters cubed. So if it's composite figures, all you do is find the volume of the two shapes separately, then add them together at the very end. Alright, so right here we have this shape, and that's really just two cones, but they're just attached at the tips of them. So we've got to find the volume of one cone and then multiply it by 2. I know the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. So the radius tells me that it's 10. So pi 10 squared. The height of the entire figure says that it's 60 centimeters. But I don't want to know the height of the entire figure. I want to know the height of one cone. So I'm going to take 60 and divide it by 2. 60 divided by 2 is 30. So my height of one cone is 30. 10 squared. Oh, all divided by 3. I can't forget that it's a cone. 10 squared is 100. 100 times 30 is going to be 3,000. So that means it's 3,000 pi, all divided by 3. I know that 3,000 divided by 3 is just going to be 1,000. So my answer is 1,000 pi. That's my volume of one cone, but I have 2. So what I need to do now is take the volume of one cone, which is 1,000 pi, take this and multiply it times 2. 2 times 1,000, 2,000 pi. That's your answer. Don't forget about your units, centimeters cubed. That is the volume of those 2 cones together. That's it. Find the volume of the 2 cones, or the one cone, and multiply it by 2. That's it. Alright, so for your ticket out of the video, you're going to find the volume of the ice cream cone. So I hope you realize you're going to take the volume of half of a sphere, because you only have half of it. So find the volume of the sphere, then divide by 2, and add it to the volume of the cone. So you have 2 parts that you're going to have to add these 2 things together. Make sure you put your answer in the text box that appears when you press submit the assignment.